simultaneously, guys.
Perfect.
Did
But
you
two
know?
potential places for it to get banned. Okay, good. What was that, Shiver?
That's exactly what I was going to say. That's against TOS. Because we were going to do it as well.
What were we gonna do?
No, Table of Horrors was going to do it as well.
Oh, okay.
But we're like, no, we don't really want to get banned for that. We want to get banned for something cool.
Fine, cool.
Content in our VTM games.
Let me see. Good to hear. Let's hope your execution matches your enthusiasm. I've got a job for you if you're looking to keep busy. Here are the details.
Oh, are we?
Hmm.
Audio vibe, yeah. Not a video, yeah.
That's why Fastcart's behaving himself now.
I'm always behaving. What are you talking about?
I just made sure that the relay Twitch was hosting Soul Citizens.
Oh, okay. Appreciate that.
Of course. You might get one more viewer because of it. They have better music than we do. Not that the music is bad.
Much better.
Well, Pop and Space and Fit Space are in the chat right now. They're the ones who did the music. They called New Soul. They got an MVP for one of the videos that they put out.
That's awesome.
And Pop and Space and Fit Space, when you guys make it big, I want 5 or 6 commissions for, hyping you guys up. I'm low on volume. We'll probably cut your music again.
No, you're saying you've lost weight. Erris, have you got a little Superman curl slowly forming?
30
yeah.
seconds. 30 seconds.
Everyone ready for this?
Man, where did Erris
No.
go? Oh, Erris, did you see Superman was here?
Good afternoon and welcome. Good evening. Good day. Welcome to the Soul Citizens. I am GriffinGamingRPG, and we are back with a very, 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 very special day today. We have been really anticipating today, excited about today. We have some very, very special guests on our show today. Fastcart, let me start with you first. Are you excited about today?
Yes, I just want to say I'm mostly known as fastcart, but today I'm Relay Man.
You're Relay Man, right? Now, you know what? I want you guys to see this, right? Check this out, because you guys didn't see this either. Check it out. Look. Woo!
Oh, okay.
Look at
Amazing.
that. Look at that. Look at
Amazing.
that. Holy smoke. Hey, it's a nice shirt too, guys. It's a nice shirt too, by the way. Get it. Listen, we are here today with some very special guests. We are here with the team from Relay SC. We have Erris, Nehkara, and Shiver. Let me start with the man all the way on the far left first. Erris, how are you? Good to see you. Good to have you back. You guys have been here before, so welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. It's I think this is third time, so third time's the charm.
Okay.
I'm glad to be
Those
back.
are rookie numbers.
Look, I am happy with those numbers. Children and babies only allow me such, infinitesimal numbers, but I'll take what I can get. So
there you go. There you go. Well, it's good to have you back, man. I know you're a little under the weather today, but thank you for finding time to hang out with us. And if you need to go puke, don't worry, we understand. But hopefully you'll make it through the show with it. And you might be puking from the show more than how you feel. So I just
it's okay. I brought plenty of medicine.
Oh, you're okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Next to him, we have the one and only, the man from space, the man of space himself, Nehkara. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you doing? Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, no, we are happy to have you back. I've been spending some time with you guys over the past few weekends, and I finally had some time and I finally got it built into my head with the 8 o'clock time, because I'm just so used to, for years, the afternoon. So it's been kind of cool to be able to sit in on Saturday nights with you guys, and it's been really fun the last few weeks in particular. And
it's been great to have you.
Yeah, well, thank you. Last but not least, the man himself from across the pond, from the other side, Shiver.
The really big pond.
The really big pond, yeah, the big time zone jump. Shiver, thank you. Hi, Shiver. How are you, buddy?
Ohio gozaimasu.
Now, for people at home, what time is it for you, Shiver?
9:05 in the morning.
Ugh, gosh. Well, thank you so much for waking up at
on Monday morning.
Crack of dawn on Monday.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, we're happy to have you. I think Shiver's been here more than the other two, so we've got to balance it out now, because I think he's been here the most, and then I think Erris, and then Nehkara, so we're gonna have to balance that out a little bit. So
that's true.
Spread it out amongst the brothers.
I do have to mess with Griffin, because the title of this episode is called "An Evening with Relay," but across the top it says, "Why so long?" It says, "Why so long, Relay?"
Oh, does it still say that? Oh my God! Thank you. Well, I guess we should say, "Why so long?" to get them on the show. Maybe that's what I was trying to say. I don't know. I will change that title though. Thank you, Fastcart, because that's always something I miss with so much stuff.
It's fine.
Why has Relay been around so long? That's an interesting question.
Why so long? Yeah.
That is a good question.
Why so long? Why are we still doing this? All right, so we are that's gonna come up today. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. But again, thank you guys for being here with us.
I am upset about one thing, that Griffin rejected my idea, the way that the panel is laid out, because I wanted that to be a reverse triple decker Oreo. But he's doing it this way, so it's fine. It's fine.
Look, I keep telling you, Fastcart, buy me dinner, then after the show.
Okay. We're not even 5 minutes in. Okay, so anyway, we are going to get started. One of the boy, I don't even know where to begin after that. Shiver. The question that we all have to ask.
Don't set me up for these lines, Griffin.
Okay, I know. I didn't. Okay, so here's the question. Anybody who knows you guys knows that you guys have been around for quite a few years, that you guys have always been about information and sharing that information with the community. So the question that everybody wants to know the answer to is, are you employed and paid by CIG?
Yes.
I'm not at liberty to disclose that.
Do you guys get paid?
Well, they are the sister company of CIG. That's a published fact.
As a it is a published fact. It's also wrong, but
It's a very look. We have been quoted as CIG employees. Various of us have been quoted as CIG employees by like major and prestigious gaming news such as Kotaku and what's the other one?
Oh,
What's the other one?
The other one that's out
Polygon.
there. Polygon, yeah.
Polygon. I want to say Polygon, but I wasn't sure.
Hold that thought, because we're going to actually spend time on this. So don't put a pin in it. Go ahead.
No, I just want to say, that this is it's a very good indication of the quality
there you go
of gaming news
there you
that
go.
We have been quoted. Yeah,
there you go.
Let's leave it at that.
There you go. Let's say there was a lot of hate. There was a lot of hate
to Polygon and Kotaku.
Well, look at it this way, Shiver. They were hating on you guys because you guys were better than them. Okay, let's look at it that way. All right. So, but we are going to come back to that because there is a question later on about some more in-depth stuff.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Does the Nusi Relay washing machine team are better than Kotaku and Polygon?
Wow.
Yeah. On that note, okay, so let's get to the first question. Actually, the second question. Where did you guys meet each other? Whoever wants to start with that, or who wants to tell the story, or who met who first, or whatever.
all right, I'll do the thing.
Okay.
Because I was the first one.
Oh, okay.
He was the originator.
He was the originator.
The original.
One of the founders.
The story of our origins is that Wolf Larson contacted me on the Star Citizen subreddit, where I used to do a ton of work for very free. And I used to do before INN. I did like RTV summaries and transcripts of like I did like a holiday stream transcript and some other stuff like that. I'm really active on the Reddit, and then Wolf Larson was like, hey, do you want to make a site? And then as part of us starting the site, like I think it was like 2 days later, we invited Erris, who at the time we thought was a woman, to join our crew.
No, I'm not gonna. No.
Well, to be fair, his Reddit username was AIERIS. So, yeah. And we invited him to join because he had some awesome stories out there.
Okay.
In the Star Citizen realm, short stories. And we wanted to have part of our original INN website devoted to fiction. And yeah, he's a great writer. So that was how David joined.
Okay.
Now we were right before that we went live here. We were all going, "How did Shiver come to be part of it?"
Yeah. I can
It was a
attest.
dark and stormy night, and Erris, at the time, didn't have depression. He had friends.
Wait, wait. Stormy Winter was there?
Probably.
Bad pun.
And so I followed him and chased him down. I killed all of his friends,
So did you
which
guys
didn't take long because most of them were imaginary.
So did you guys remember how Shiver came on board? Or Shiver, do you remember how you
Shiver was okay. Go ahead, Shiver.
No, I want to hear your version first.
No, I'm good. If you remember,
I just want to say I'm loving all the vampire references from Cyberwolf, and I'm really confused if he's doing this on purpose or if this is just one of those weird coincidences.
Oh man.
Come on, Mrs. Erris, tell us your version.
from what I remember, you showed up to most of our shows in the chat, and we're chatting a lot, and we ended up inviting you on to various podcasts, and then we're like, just join us already. And you were like, no, I can't. And we were like, just do it. And you were like, no. And then eventually, through repeated offerings of oral sex, we persuaded you to join the team.
Sounds about right to me.
Is that mounted
Pretty
up?
much.
Yeah,
You're gonna bring it? That's where you're going to bring it?
Yeah, we are definitely demonetized now, so it's okay. It's cool.
That wasn't gonna happen already.
So was that close to right,
You
Shiver?
were doing all right.
Okay.
I trolled them in chat pretty much every single time they streamed because for some reason I was awake at 3 o'clock in the morning.
And 6 years later, she's still trolling them.
And then they said, we're going to do some stream. And I said, oh, you should have people actually come on from guests. And they just said, do you want to be on the stream? And I said, yeah, all right, I can ruin your stream from the inside. And so far, so good.
Wow.
Yeah, but my impression was that you had too many Canadians on board, and you wanted some diversity, so you got someone from the UK.
We were Canadian heavy. Yeah.
Okay.
At the very beginning, I think it was like Wolf Larson, and then there was Nehkara, myself, Six F's and Caps, Stormy, possibly. Like it was. We were very Canadian heavy.
Okay.
Stormy wasn't at the very beginning, but yeah, we were very Canadian heavy at the beginning for sure. We always were for a long time, actually.
Interesting.
And I haven't heard an apology about that yet, because you're Canadian, so give me my apology.
No, not gonna happen. Sorry. One of the
Oh!
things before the show, David did search the bowels of the Imperial News Network and found that Shiver's first show with us was August of 2015. So it's not like he's a recent addition to our group.
Right. Well, if you guys don't mind, I'm going to show a quick video to the folks. Some of you all don't know, even though most of us know them as Relay, that we've been talking about the origins of how they went from, we'll talk about how they got from INN to Relay. But just so you'll see the themes that they're talking about the writing, because, and I want you to talk about this when we get through watching the video, that they weren't just about this news aspect. We're going to talk about the news aspect, but you talked about writing and stories, and that was another part of you guys. So let's take a quick look at that, okay? I think we could look at it. Hopefully we'll look at it. Let's see. Will it work? It's not working. Well, I guess I got to do it. I've got to do it manually. It's not the gremlins are here.
I blame Shiver. He broke it.
Oh,
Sorry,
wow.
everybody.
What is the Imperial News Network?
INN serves the Star Citizen community with up-to-the-minute news
and summaries of content and updates.
We write fiction to expand our horizons and bring the verse to life.
We painstakingly analyze all official content.
And we bring it to you through written articles, podcasts, interviews, and video.
Oh my god, it's Baby Jake.
We provide deep insight into the game's design and mechanics.
We bring the developers and events closer to the community.
And we love Star Citizen, whether we're flying with our team or with our supporters.
Imperial News Network works hard every week to bring the verse to you.
We are the community's #1 source for all things Star Citizen.
and we're glad to have you along for the ride.
Quickly, I just gotta say that music is pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Now let me ask you a question, because you know a few weeks ago we did a show called Things We Left Behind, and one of the things that some of the viewers had not seen before was, if you guys remember, CIG used to do the Empire Network. Remember that, their news thing?
Empire Report.
Empire Report. Thank you, Empire Report. And the only two things I remember that were like that was what you guys were doing and that. And so were you all influenced by them, or did theirs come after yours, or you know, what kind of spawned this whole thing of going into this news network thing?
It was they, for a couple, I think they only had like 4 or 5 episodes of Empire Report, but they did a bunch of in-universe news shows. And their news things were like, this is what's happening in the Star Citizen universe, not in the game development, but as like from inside the universe. And we thought it would be fun to do the same thing, but I think they were doing it from like Earth's point of view, and we wanted to do it from Terra. We just did a slight spin on what they were doing. So we literally just took the exact same information that they put out in their report, and we changed it slightly so that it was being done by a different news organization.
Okay, so
you were doing what journalists do today, basically.
Right. So hold your thought. Here you go.
Hello, citizens.
This is a great video.
Erris. This week on INN. Our top story. The casualty count continues to climb after a Carrack crashed into the Kerry.
You look so young. What happened?
Can emergency crews control the
Children.
chaos that this catastrophe has created? We'll keep checking in to let you know. Also this week, INN investigates the condition known as Drifter's Daze. Doctors have their doubts about the dilemma, but many pilots insist
Worst bit
that
about
it's
that
real.
is the fact that that bow
We'll
tie
let
is
you
bigger
know
than
what
your
you
face.
need to know to stay safe before your next long flight. And later, the Sata Ball scandal. The Arrows could face huge fines or even suspension after allegations that they scrambled opponents' comm systems. Can the struggling team stay above the scandal, or are they destined to sink? All that and more.
There's the tie.
This week on INN. Your team, your news, your verse.
That was a good show. It was also an enormous amount of work, by the way.
I can imagine. Do me a favor, Nehkara, can you take us? What we gonna say, Erris? Go ahead.
Oh no, I think each one of those took me like 50 or 60 takes to get right because we did it all in one take and I had to memorize it all and I was bad.
Well, look, you guys take me back a little bit.
This was the best one.
That was the best. Take me back a little bit here. Was there some method behind the madness? This, and I'm saying, and I want to say this in the context of a lot of folks in the community have presented things with the intention of, for example, getting it on the RSI website, getting it used maybe in game. Were you guys kind of pioneering in the beginning of those early days because this was such a community-driven thing? Because they could have just been doing for fun, right? But I'm saying you guys put a lot of labor into this, and yet it was great to make a great YouTube video. But it feels like maybe there was a little bit more. You were establishing yourself in a different space in the community.
Yeah, there was definitely back then. There was definitely some intent to go that direction for sure. Mm-hmm. We did get some. We've had some recognition over the years. A lot of the people at CIG are well aware of who we are. Mm-hmm. Which is always nice to hear. But yeah, I mean, it's not. I would say those were goals for INN, and were never necessarily goals for Relay, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Fastcart, when did you start watching these guys? When do you remember first seeing them?
Oh man.
They were one of the first people I started watching on Twitch because I backed in October 2014, and I started following them around summer, well maybe summer 2015, maybe. When did you guys start? Yeah, well still were doing in August, so
it was
had to be around.
It was January of 2015 was when INN started.
Yeah, so I want to say that summer of 2015 is when I started watching them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I've been a thorn in their side ever since, right?
Well,
hardly.
Let me show another video that you guys did. We're gonna move from we're kind of doing the INN thing first, guys, just so you guys will get some idea of where this kind of got going, and then it's grew into a bigger momentum and even a longer running show than even like INN.
Nostalgia alley for us right now.
I know it is. It's like serious flashbacks going on right now. But I want to show this next video because you'll see that even though the people represented here are still continuing, there were other members that were part of it. And you guys can kind of talk about who these people are when they pop up in the video.
Hello,
okay?
CIG.
Hey.
We wanted to take a second to show our gratitude
He needed a haircut.
that you guys do.
So young.
One of the things that from the very beginning you made a
all
priority is community.
So this is, of course, everybody
Keeping all of
knows
us
Jake
informed and
Jake
involved.
Bradley, or Jake Acapella, as he's
There
also
isn't
known.
a single game dev out
He
there
now
that
works
does
for
what you
CIG.
guys do. It enables so many of us to create.
When did that
and your
happen?
insistence on quality. On
That's
your
it.
own
I gotta get a
projects
refund.
motivates
November of
us
last year.
to match that in our own.
Has it been that
You've
long?
inspired so
No,
many
has it?
because you
It was
dared
last
to
year.
try the impossible.
Bluesy said,
In
when Jake's
doing.
still in high school then.
So all
No,
of
but he
us
was
in the
he was in his early
community,
20s at the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, who are these folks?
Thank you, CIG.
And that's Wolf Larson and
CIG.
that's Shiver, and that's
That's Stormy.
Thank you, CIG.
that is CS.
Yes.
CIG, thanks for
Lego.
all your work.
Lego.
Thank you, CIG.
Zane.
Fun jammer.
Citizen Academy.
Thank you for all the hard work
thank
and
you.
effort put into this
Fire
amazing
spikes.
project.
Thank you.
Thank you for being the best damn game developer
Katie.
ever.
Papa D.
Papa Novak. Novak.
So can you talk a little bit about that team? Did everybody have the same role, or different people? Some people writers, some people behind the scenes, or some people camera? How did that work out?
So basically, I was the main, I believe, oh man, it's been a while. I believe I was the main content writer. David was, sorry, Erris, David, was in charge of fiction at the time. And we put out a lot of stories, like there was significant volume. Stormy was a writer on David's team. Jake was in charge of, well, what did he do then? Later on he did our social media stuff.
Video.
He was video.
It was
yeah,
video.
that's right. Yeah, he was
Well, no, because I think video actually started a little bit with
before him. Yeah.
Before him with Simon. Years 100.
Yeah, Years 100. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember, but way back, Years 100 made a phenomenal video that CIG actually used a lot. Excellent video. I can't remember what it was called.
Is it Imagine?
Yeah.
Yes, Imagine. He made Imagine, and then he joined.
John Lennon.
He joined INN to do more video content, and then Jake joined to do video and community and.
Jake.
And then I think
Jake joined us because we needed somebody. It was kind of a cool thing. We needed somebody to cover PAX when CIG used to be at PAX. PAX East specifically. And Jake covered that event for us and was one of the few people in existence to play Sadaball when it was actually like playable.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
Wolf Larson was co-founder with me of INN. He ran the server side of things, basically. He didn't really do much content, a little bit here and there, but not much. CS, or Canadian Syrup, he was on the transcript team, and I think that's what he was always doing.
Yeah. So transcript, basically, INN started largely because of transcripts and because of the work that Nehkara was doing on transcripts.
Okay.
But then I joined for fiction, and then I also started doing transcripts as well. And one of the things that the thing that we did back in the day, and the reason INN really existed, was because CIG put out they put out like 2 or 3 shows a week. They had it was all long form. Right. And they had like an hour's worth of, or half hour's worth of, like what is now what was it, Around the Verse?
It's before,
I think it was Around the Verse at the start.
Oh, that show's had so many names.
No, that was
Does
the second
anyone remember?
iteration, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's had like 4 names or 5 names. I can't remember.
Well, I mean,
anyway,
the first one was Windham's Hangar, but we never transcribed that.
No, but we started transcribing their show because at no point did CIG tell everyone what was in the shows, and a lot of people didn't have time to watch the 45-minute show and then the hour-long Reverse the Verse. So we would watch both. We would transcribe everything. We'd do short notes. We'd do word for word, and that would take. I mean, that took us 2 hours.
40 years an episode,
basically. So for a long time, it was Nehkara and I doing it, and then we tried bringing on more people. We brought on CS, and I think we brought on Stormy as well to do that. And I think Shiver and
it was Around the Verse right from when
it was just ATV, yeah.
When I started, it was me, Stormy, I think Nehkara, and I think you still popped in occasionally. And it was back in those days.
Yeah,
CS came in later.
Yep.
And then we did the transcript, and then we never spoke again for about a week because we couldn't stand each other's company after that.
So to give some context for the amount of work we were doing, Those days there were like 4 shows a week. 3 or 4 shows a week, depending on the week. And all of them were between, for the most part, they were between 20 minutes and an hour long. So it was a lot.
The way to transcribe those was you hit play at 0.75 or 0.5 speed, half speed, and then you watch the entire thing at half speed, typing as fast as you can, pause, rewind, type as fast as you can.
And then you had a guy with an accent, and it was just...
Oh my god.
Oh god, yeah.
Funnily enough,
to give an idea, at one, we put less time into Relay now because it's been 6.5 years. 4 years on INN and the beginning of Relay, I was putting in 40 hours a week on top of my job.
Yeah, and so was I, and like we all were. It was
intense.
But at the time, sorry, go ahead, Fastcart.
You're muted. You're muted, buddy.
You're muted, Fastcart.
You're muted, Fastcart.
Tell us in the form of dance, Fastcart.
Your audio's gone.
Send us a message in a bottle.
Jade Starwatcher, AI transcription did exist, but it could not deal with the video game terms or even the Star Citizen terms that CIG devs were using. It couldn't handle Star Citizen. It couldn't handle a Bengal. It couldn't there were all these things that it could not parse.
The other problem is that back then with AI transcription, a lot of times if it missed a word, then it tried to assume the context from the word that it guessed wrong. So it would often have like whole sentences that were wrong. It actually ended up being way easier to just type it than to actually try and fix an AI transcript.
And sometimes it just translated as German instead of English because of the jargon.
And then obviously
you guys can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
Obviously CIG didn't put out the transcript to Reddit or any other sites as well, so we would do that as well. So if anyone was at work and wasn't able to watch the episode, they could just go to the Reddit thread.
And there was eventually a point, and I had forgotten about this, but this is reminding me. There was a point where CIG used our transcripts. We provided our transcripts word to word to CIG, and they used it as their subtitles for their YouTube videos.
And that helped a lot
for a year or so.
Jesus, thank you for the follow. Okay,
thanks for the follow.
I just wanted to say
that's Whammer.
I just wanted to say, and then they met their arch nemesis, known as Tony Zervac.
Oh God, you have no idea.
Let me. Can I go back to something on that?
Tony was horrible.
Well, I was going to say something about the transcription piece there, and thank you for the follow, Asa, as well, because this might be leading into the next question, right? Which was that question about why did people think you all were being paid? Because I remember that crossover dynamic for some people seemed a little too close. You know what I mean? When CIG started actually referencing, and vice versa, the fact that you guys were, maybe it just seemed to be unbelievable that somebody was spending that much time transcribing, putting all this information. They're saying, no, somebody's giving them this. There's no way they're doing all this work. So can you talk a little bit about that? Like what kind of heat came from that? Or, was it the community? Was it the haters? Was it you mentioned earlier, there was some of the even industry folk? Arturio Soprano, thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. Maybe one of you guys want to talk about that?
So, I mean, we've gotten, people throwing around.
Thank you, Mad Style. Thank you for the subscription.
We've had people throw around accusations and stuff over the years, but it was never like a lot of heat. It was like people who were pissed off at CIG who were like, "Oh, and they're paying these chumps over here, these morons to do
what a bunch of shills."
Crap. No, it was never really any serious heat from our relationship with CIG. Which was never particular. Like the closest we got was sending them a Word file, like,
We didn't even get a discount on the many ships we've bought.
It's true.
But it's interesting though
I
to
think
hear
the most
that.
we got was the odd thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
you guys did get some stuff in the early days that I know a lot of people didn't get. Now, there were some people who got some other things, but you guys got some good access, which was always
we did
cool
get
to
access. Early on, we got some access, yeah.
which was
then
very cool.
It kind of evaporated, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But wait,
the coolest was early on. One, the community funded me and 6Fs and Caps to go to the UK to cover CitizenCon 2015.
15, yeah.
2015.
Yeah, 2015. Yep.
Yeah. So the community funded us to go cover CitizenCon 2015. That's where I met Shiver and slapped him a few times because I'm a good person.
I've never recovered from that.
But that was those were honestly early days, and I don't think there was no one else covering CitizenCon. No one else was there as a news thing, so they gave us access to Sandy, to Aaron, to Chris Roberts. Like they gave me a room, the convention hall. I was there all day, and they just anyone who had time and wasn't busy, any of the devs, they just came in and sat, and I did interviews with them. And I went all day and did a dozen interviews and died.
Yeah.
Well, there was one thing that you guys got. Dovak got a wreath, but was taken away from
Yes,
Jared.
That's true. Jared gave Papa Dolvac a wreath, and Papa Dolvac, he was so happy, and then Jared was like, "Nah, I'm taking it back." I don't think Dolvac has ever forgotten that.
Oh man,
I don't think he got him back either.
Pain.
Oh man. Here's another clip we want to show where we're talking about opportunities that you guys got. And Nehkara, you talked about the fact that, it's kind of toned down, but it was one of the cooler things in the earlier days where content creators could have an opportunity to talk directly with folks.
You're first.
Hey everyone, it's David with INN, and joining me today is
Ben
Lesnick with Cloud Imperium,
which I'm sure everyone knows who Ben is, but
I can't. I'll be back when this is over.
At the offices, CIG's offices in LA, and let me first say,
Nehkara, since he's gone, could you tell us where was this? Was this in LA? Was it? Do you remember where this was when he did it?
If you ever get a chance to go on one of the tours, do it.
I have
Or
no
Austin.
idea.
Yeah, Chris had this vision of
when
this creative environment.
When
that
was
you
this,
kind of feel-
Erris?
I mean, it's like
Where-
the game
where
itself,
was
bringing
this?
it to the
It was
US.
LA.
Gladestone,
This was
thank
LA,
you.
right,
Thank you, Glade.
Themed up in
So it was Los
in the
Angeles.
Star Citizen world, and it's great.
I think this
So
was
the commentary
2016.
was
We did a
now
tour
we're
of
one day.
We did. I didn't
the
realize you did
studio.
any,
CitizenCon
interviews
last
on that
night.
tour.
Everyone else left, and I was like, Ben, can we just get? And he was like, okay. And myself and the 6Fs and Caps stood there and did a quick interview with him.
I don't know what the
Hi
homestead
again.
demo out. Space worms for the win and all that. Obviously we wish we could have shown Squadron. We worked really hard, and
Oh god, yes, that year.
it was a tough decision, and I am very, very proud of Chris for making
Who was
that
doing
one.
camera, Nehkara? If he was doing that,
It looks good
well,
enough
all
to
you
show. I
guys
don't
were there
think
that year in
it's around, but
2016.
it's not up to his
It was
standard,
6
and,
apps. It was just the two of them that were doing this interview.
I mean, no, but who's doing camera for you? Because he's not. Somebody's doing camera. Was it Dolvac?
6Fs and
It was 6Fs and Caps.
They were there.
someone that-
Okay.
Yeah, he almost never appeared on camera, but he's the one that did all of our tech setup. He's the one who set up all of our audio. He did the audio editing back in the day when we were an audio podcast.
Okay.
He set me up with all of my audio IT. He did school for audio engineering, so he was our audio tech guru, and
He's
I'm
our
talking
master.
again.
Okay.
I think the only time we saw him was in 2015 during CitizenCon when we were all sitting on the couch.
He's been on a couple of the streams.
Okay. Here's another one I want to show.
We did a really fun stream of all of
Go ahead.
what was it?
Was that when I met my husband?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. How is my husband?
I have no idea who your husband is.
Yes.
No, he's my bit on the side.
Oh.
All right, well, let's take a look at this. This is from 2016 as well.
So we're outside the
I remember this
CitizenCon venue, the
vividly.
Avalon here today with one of the most famous
It's a red shirt. He's gonna die soon.
It's Mr. Fastcart. How you doing, Fastcart?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. So what brings
It
you
was
here today?
so hot.
Everyone and everything. I'm
Really?
here for the people mostly, because there's a lot of people I know mostly by name that don't know their faces, and it's like one after the other. Like, are you Fastcart? And you say, oh, I'm so and so, and you say, oh yeah, I know you. So yeah, it's been
Lying
great
through his
in-
teeth.
In that way, just getting to know people.
Now, last
About
night
what?
was one of the bar citizens. I believe there was a song
Because I
that was
didn't
sung
go
to
with
you last
INN
night. How was
because
that?
they smell.
That was awesome. I
I
was not
went and
expecting
did
that.
coverage
That made
on the
made my
base
night.
for
Made
it,
my year, basically.
and they had someone else working the crowd. I can't remember who. And I did a David Attenborough-inspired narration of the crowd, saying, you know, and this is clearly the time the citizens are in heat. And I believe they ran across Erris and said, you can see he is presenting his plumage.
I want to see some more pictures of maybe the players. Just to see
Great
it. I'm
tone.
like,
I was
wow.
noticing that too.
somewhere.
And some Squadron 42 stuff.
I still like color in my
Maybe
beard.
A co-star or two. Who knows?
Who knows, right? You are one of the bigger people in this community. You've got you're everywhere.
Don't you call me fat.
Don't say
The
that.
bigger people
But
in the
it's true.
community.
You're everywhere. You're with Test. You're with the base. You're with INN. You are everywhere.
Gray-headed gamer called me the ambassador for Star Citizen.
Which you really are. And
There you go.
It's
There's your
honestly, I
title.
want to say thank you for everything you do, because you really do a lot to bring the community together.
Thank you guys for doing what you do, because without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So,
Fastcart, I hope you enjoy tonight. I hope you enjoy the day. Thanks for everything, man.
oh, thank you, thank you.
David was also dead after doing all those interviews.
Yep, that was the thing. You guys did interviews with members of the community, opportunities to talk with people who worked at CIG. Ravier Gaming, thank you for the follow. Thank you. And so not only thank you for the subscription, but also for 11 months, and Mad Style for 10 months. I'm sorry I didn't mention that. You guys have been around with us for a long time. We appreciate you. So let me speed up the clock here. By the way, gang, we're doing a giveaway today in celebration of having the folks from Relay here. If you guys stick around at the end of the show, we're going to be giving away a Relay shirt like the one you see me wearing, or like the one that Fastcart.
Awesome.
You can get you a Relay shirt, and we're also going to be giving away a Crusaders Erris, because you guys know 3.14 went out, and so we're going to be doing. And by the way, it'll be the one of your choice. You can pick which one you want. If you want the Ion, or if you want the Inferno, and so
just to let people know. Let's let people know I'm not entering this time, so you have a chance to win.
Yeah, employees of Soul Citizens are not able. We can't do it, but you guys will have an opportunity to get a giveaway for a Relay T-shirt, and you will also get the Erris of your choice. So hang around for that in just a little bit.
Do not tell my wife, but there is a very good chance I'm going to have to buy one of those ships. It is the best looking ship in Star Citizen, bar none.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm glad you know that you like
You
that.
heard nothing.
You like that ship, yeah. Well, let's move forward here. There was this dynamic thing about news reporting. Where'd that whole thing come from? That whole idea. I mean, was it inspired by the Empire Report, or were you guys just right off the bat, we want to do that's what we want to do?
We always were talking about it right from the very beginning. I don't think it was ever something that was. If you asked me even back then if like the things that we did the best, I don't think news reporting was ever something we were as fully on top of as we could have been.
Mm-hmm.
It was very like the transcription part took up a lot of our time.
Mm-hmm.
We did our best. But yeah, it was a lot of fun though, and I mean, having David out there with the bow tie on was pretty spectacular.
Yeah. Okay. You guys were the first people, by the way, that that made me aware of the Mako, because I didn't know anything about that when I first heard it, and you guys were really excited about it, and I was like, "What is this Mako thing?" You know. And I'm still excited about it because I kind of see where CIG might go with that whole thing. Are you guys still excited about the possibilities of the Mako?
Absolutely. Even if it's not something that, you know, I'm still very excited about it. Even if we never really have enough time to really be an in-universe news agency like we originally intended to be, I still think somebody is going to do that, and I think it's going to be awesome, especially if CIG supports it. Like, if there's a way to get your newscast on like the TVs in the game, I think it would be a really cool in-game, in-universe thing for players to do.
Agreed.
This was 6 years ago. 6 years ago, we had all these ideas of what Star Citizen would be and what we would do in it. And 6 years, quite frankly, 6 years later, it's not out. But I've got a wife and 2 children.
Yeah.
It's those 40-hour weeks of doing INN and doing transcription stuff. I can't do that anymore. I really hope that there are people that do. I would give them like all the support, but it's not going to be. Not going to be us anymore.
Well, you know what? I think you guys, you guys pioneered it, which was great because, you know, there's a guy out there right now named Zeke. I don't know if you guys have seen him, and he's using the FOIP in the game to do the same type of reporting.
Oh, that's cool.
And it is the coolest thing. I'm hoping that we can get him on the show, but he's got it down really, really well, and the writing is good.
Wow.
But you guys pioneered, and this is before we got into the whole, I mean, even though there was a little bit of the cinematics and machinima that folks were doing, you guys were still the ones that were out there as a news source that was community driven. And there's a lot of content creators out there, don't get me wrong. A lot of people were playing the game, but in fact, even if I watched ATV, I still watched you guys. You know, it's kind of like how a lot of folks, if you don't have time to watch ISC or whatever, you go watch the Nubifier or somebody, you know, with a short version. I mean, you guys were like that other source to follow, and still are, as far as I'm concerned. By the way, Shipwreck, Whammer's going to say it.
Thanks for the subscription.
All right, West from Whammer, thank you for the subscription, buddy. We appreciate you. Let's jump a little bit to something else that you guys also did that was something that a lot of us in the community looked forward to. Your other dynamic of reporting wasn't just on ATV and RTV and all that good stuff, but you also covered CitizenCon, which was major because we'd spend all day at CitizenCon and you all were up late at night.
INN with me.
That was so much fun that night. Oh my god. I remember that night vividly. Eric Nehkara Olsen, I guess. Apparently we're
Why
going
not?
with bizarre name.
Are we
wrestlers?
I'm Nehkara.
Yes, we're wrestlers tonight.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going to go on here. This is a little bit of a special podcast that's going on. It is the night after CitizenCon. We've had a full day of not rest, but reflection. We've rewatched the entire CitizenCon presentation.
We've meditated for a sunrise and a sunset.
We've broken it down, discussed it, debated, thrown things.
There were
things were thrown.
Things were thrown.
People died.
Oh, it was a bloodbath.
Yeah.
The reason we're on this couch is
so
because the
much
other
fun.
couch. You don't want to.
That's why Dolvek's not here. He's dead.
Dead. We killed him. He's dead. So dead.
A question.
Who's in the back? He was so sick.
Who's in the back working at the table?
Sunjammer.
Is that
That
who?
is Sunjammer.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay, cool, very cool.
He's out there jamming the sun.
Cheers to that.
Dolvek.
So basically, what we're gonna do is there's a few points.
Spit it all out.
Oh God.
Oh,
There's a few really important points that we want to go through. We've spent a bit of the day looking at looking at what people on Reddit are saying, looking at what people on Twitter are saying, and gauging the community feedback on the CitizenCon presentation. We have in front of us the slides.
Let me tell you what. People are not happy.
We're going to talk about that.
No,
That
was very true. People were angry, and then they were like, "Yeah, it was pretty good anyway.
Good. Yeah,
we're okay."
We're going to go through each of the slides and kind of break them down. And this is, I think, the point of this
is that, I mean, lots of people have been complaining and lots of people have been lauding praise, and it's been, pretty even. But this is one of the least content-rich Citizen Cons we've had. At the same time, this is one of the most information-dense Citizen Cons we've had, and we're gonna go through and kind of explain that.
And not only.
Because I'm going to let that roll and you guys can just talk real quick. Why don't you explain what happened? Because this was after 2016's Citizen Con in Los Angeles.
Do you want me to take this one, David, or do you want to go with it? Okay. CIG had been openly crunching hard on trying to get a vertical slice of Squadron 42 done so they could show it at CitizenCon, and they had blocked off a big portion of the show to show it, and then they basically decided that it wasn't good enough to show, and they didn't show it at all. And so everyone was, and they didn't tell us before the show, so everyone's like, oh great, we get to go see Squadron 42, and we're all sitting there, and they're just like, yeah, Squadron's not going to be here tonight. And that was like it. I'm like, okay.
But we did get a sandworm.
We did get a sandworm.
And it was never seen again.
It's coming back.
Shiver, you want to say something?
One of these days, I'm going to be, from the far-flung future, David's going to send me a PM and go, I was eaten by the sandworm.
So I mean, I remember I was sitting in the row behind you guys that year. What was it like in the sense of, I'm sure you had a lot of anticipation, in particular for you as content creators, being at the facility. I mean, you're there seeing it in real time, and I'm sure, you're preparing for that when you guys do your late night show and explain your thoughts. What was it like when you sat there and Chris said, well, we wanted to do it, but what was it like?
So an email had gone out, I think like an hour before or 2 hours before the show, saying that it wouldn't be there.
But we were all going to the show.
we were waiting. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but still sucked. And I'm just going to take a moment here to plug the fact that this is sort of what we're sitting in now, where they still won't show it. And it still sucks.
You got your vertical slice 2 years ago. What are you talking about?
2 years ago.
Come on, you saw the OMC video. You got your vertical slice. That's it. Going to beta after this. No more videos.
Yeah, right. So I have a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead, Fastcart. Were you gonna say Shiver?
Go on, Fastcart.
Oh, okay.
No, I was waiting for Shiver. Shiver, I didn't want to interrupt you. Go ahead.
I can confirm that Erris was livid, and even Nehkara was a bit, because I was on the receiving end of PMs that night for me that involved a lot of swearing from Erris, and
that never
Eric,
happened.
being the true Canadian that he was like, yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it's still a great night. I'm still having lots of fun meeting new people. It's really good. And Erris was like, oh.
Yeah, that's about right. I also got to meet Chris Roberts for the first time that night, so I was not like super upset.
Yeah.
When we had to jump some hoops to get that one to happen too, if I remember correctly. But I don't like airplanes.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Oh,
I went a long way.
Bring up the picture? Can I bring up the picture? Come on. Yeah.
You got a picture of something?
Oh no.
I got a picture.
Okay.
Was this the infamous CitizenCon where Fastcart said his line of "I'm your biggest fan"?
I don't remember.
That I do not know.
Do you not know this story?
Oh, come on, Shiver.
Gather round, my children, and let me tell you an embarrassing story about Fastcart.
Here we go.
Okay.
Fine.
He was with the relay gang, which included Silence at this moment, and Silence has this talent, we'll say. And Fastcart happened to mention how he's a bit of a fan of Sherry Heiberg, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know.
Silence said, wait here a minute. Comes back later with Sherry Heiberg in tow, and Fastcart is just in awe. And the first thing he manages to spot her out is,
oh my god,
I'm your biggest fan.
I've never been Star Trek. That's my first time being Star Trek. I met Chris Roberts. I met Jay Lee. I met Jared. Meeting Terry Hyberg. I was starstruck.
Oh my
Silence
God.
was saying you could literally see the blood leaving his face.
And then after I said that, Silence just said, he just made a face and said, okay. And then he just left.
Oh my God. That's hilarious.
All right, Griffin, is it okay if I send you this picture by PM?
Yeah, I'm trying to find this other picture. Where's our oh, here it is.
Can I just say also that at various citizen cons, Jared has a habit of every time I meet him of picking me up over his shoulder and running away with me.
Yes, literally.
Yeah.
I was trying to find that picture too, and I wasn't having a whole lot of luck.
Hold on. I think I've got something here. Let's see.
He keeps bringing you back, though.
I know. I wish you'd just take me forever.
Okay, here we go. Here's one.
Wow, that's the clip we need to send to.
Let me present.
Take me, Jared, take me.
There we go, right here. Boom.
Awesome.
There we go.
Awesome.
All right.
I can't tell if he's even breathing. I think he's so wound up. I don't even know if he's even breathing. He's like he's holding his breath. I don't know, but yeah, that's Sherry. Fastcart's but Fastcart's met a lot of people from CIG, which is very cool.
It was a good night. But aside from that, I got a question for the crew. So, when did you guys switch from using your nicknames like Erris, Nehkara? Your Silver still uses nickname. When did you decide to switch from your nickname to your real name?
It was never a conscious decision. Various people at various times decided to switch over to their real names. Jake was one of the early ones. There's the picture. There it is. Now David can tell a story about how he doesn't like airplanes.
I really don't like airplanes. Generally, to fly, I take a whole bunch of Ativan. We arrived in LA, drove to Wolf Larson's house. I laid down on the floor exactly in that position, and I passed out. I passed out for hours. And they just stacked things on me and hung out around and did stuff, and I was just laying on the floor, passed out for hours while they played Jenga on me.
If I recall correctly, I think we were able to completely disassemble that before you woke up.
Yeah, when I woke up, I had no idea anything happened.
And then I showed you the picture, and you and then you just laughed once and then passed out again, I think.
Oh
Pretty much.
Okay.
That was good. That was good.
Let me go on to the next thing then. What year was it you guys transitioned from INN to Relay, and what was the transition like? Did you take a gap in between? Did you immediately go to it?
So it was right after that. Okay. Right after right after CitizenCon 2016.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a month later we switched over. We were offline for 2 weeks, I think, before coming back online as Relay. We kind of didn't have any idea what we were doing at the time. So we had originally just tried to come back online as like an alternative INN, but that wasn't received well. So we just decided to rebrand.
Okay. And what would you say distinguishes the difference between those two? Well, you know what? I tell you what. Let me just show a little bit of the first episode. Is that okay? We'll show a little bit, and then you can explain.
First episode for Relay.
Oh my!
Oh man!
Hello.
We didn't.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, we had Paul on.
Welcome.
And he was called Shiver.
Shiver. The quality kept up.
This is my first time trying to do it to this thing, so I don't know what I'm doing, but
I do like that I'm Shiver and Nehkara is
all the names wrong. I love it.
I didn't change those. Right.
That's up for David.
I'll do that.
David got his own right.
New name.
Look, I've gotten exactly not at all better at podcasting.
Oh man.
Haha.
But
There's one done. I'll do the others in a minute. So
yeah,
we're back. Just like we said,
But
we're alive.
yeah.
We had an interesting couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. How much dirt do you want? Like how deep do you want to go down the transition hole?
Well,
everything was fine. It was perfectly smooth. No one complained.
Whatever you're comfortable with sharing. But I am curious about like what was the transition like, and because obviously the format changed a bit. And why'd you did you do? And was it because there was all that work before you? Like, hey, this is just too much, or our time doesn't accommodate it, or what? Did you just reassess the whole thing? What?
So it was shit. It was shit.
I just heard this little clip of Shiver saying, "Am I the space pope?" From the old video.
We had been INN for a while, and we were having problems with INN because a lot of what we did was website based, not podcast based. And the website we were on, we had no support and no access. Everything was out of date. We weren't able to give new people, new contributors access rights. We weren't able to do anything. And we kept asking for the ability to do stuff, and we kept being told no, no, no. And eventually we had enough, and we said, okay, either you give us, like, we get access to fix things, or we walk. And then we took control, and then there was a fight, and we were like, screw it, we don't even want to fight. We're just going to shut everything down, take all of our stuff, and start a new website. And it was very much, we hadn't even planned to do it. It's sort of just, now we got to do it. So we jumped in, created a new site, and started new everything. And it sucked. We really liked INN. We really wanted to keep it. There was community drama and people picking sides, and like not what we wanted. It was basically us versus Wolf Larson, and we had disagreements, and he was slagging us, and it sucked. It was
and all at the same time, we're still assembling what we can do for a website. I was immersed in legal jargon and all that crap for the whole thing, and so that's how I managed to stay out of it, was just keep my head down and look at what we are legally have to do.
Yeah. So you guys basically ran into what people run into, which is I'm assuming was just basically creative differences, and ultimately had to figure out a way to divide the house, split the kids, and figure, okay, we're starting fresh, right? That's basically what it was. What spawned it to go? Well, first of all, how'd you come up with the name Relay, right? And why didn't you just mimic? Why didn't you just mimic INN as Relay? Because there's some tones of it, but it is definitely a different show.
Oh, for sure. So the Relay name, it was hard to come up with a name. That was over the course of I think it was 2 or 3 multiple hour-long conversations. Talking about names. I actually came up with Relay, but it was like probably the 47th name suggested.
You went over 42?
Design a logo.
And then we had to design a logo, which actually turned out really good. I still love our
that logo. It's great.
Thank you. That one was me.
Yep.
I'm claiming that one.
It's nice.
And we got a good domain, which we still occupy. Hey everybody, we have a new website that actually works properly. Relay.sc.
We'll drop that in the chat for Fastcart. Can you drop that in for him, please?
Yeah.
I'm still sad that we didn't go with my name.
What
was your name?
Committee for the Liberation and Integration of Terrifying Organisms and Their Rehabilitation into Society. Apparently you didn't like the abbreviation for that.
Yeah, the acronym was been a
What
little
was
long.
the acronym for that, Shiver?
I'm not saying that in front of Griffin.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay, you went too fast. I didn't catch it. Can I say one thing? I think one of the things that does suck about the rename and the move and everything is that CIG made the Mako and iron the colors.
Yeah.
It's an iron blue.
I know.
And then it was like
we're aware of that.
and then it was like 3 months after that you changed or a bit longer than that.
Yeah,
it's look, I Nehkara and I have both said it on this show, and I think Shiver can parrot it, and so could Jake or any number of people. We put thousands of hours into INN.
Yeah.
And other parties did not. So, quite frankly, losing what was a large part, I personally losing what was a large part of me and occupied me for a long time, and I really cared about, it hurt.
I mean, our content was held hostage.
Yes.
There are two ways about it. It was simply held hostage. We were told we can't have it.
Even worse was...
Which led to another legal thing. And it was like, yeah, you can't do that, mate.
So, the one part of this too was that part of our frustration at the time, and part of the reason it went the weird way that it did, was our first conversation with me and David had a conversation with Wolf, and we're like, here's our concerns, this is what we want, and he agreed to what we asked. And then he immediately went and
reversed or something.
Reversed and blew up at us, and
it wasn't just reversed. He immediately went and locked us out of everything.
That is,
he locked us out of the site and removed us as everything, and it was like he went nuclear on us, and our only other option was start a new site.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it was, whatever. It's water under the bridge. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And really what you see is the difference between INN and Relay is just, I mean, by the time Relay was happening, life was also happening. Like, it started being like, okay, now I've got 2 kids, and Shiver's got a wife, and no, one at that point, I know, but like, the difference in quality and time is just the difference in time. We just didn't have as much time as we did with INN, and we lost all of INN and had to
rebuild,
pick up where we could.
We had another really major serious issue happen to us like shortly after we started Relay, which was that we haven't had a lot of good luck with this. We lost we had a person who was building the website for us. Before it was done, we lost that person.
Oh, okay.
Out of our organization. And it's very hard to replace a person like that who basically had set up our entire website. Which is why it's taken until now for us to get a different website.
Yeah.
I think if we hadn't have gone off to do Relay, our lives would have gone the exact same route. INN would have just slowly faded away because we wouldn't be able to do it, so we'd have been just removed. Full stop.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and then I don't even know. I don't know if we'd still be.
Relay wouldn't exist. INN wouldn't exist.
I don't know if we would. Yeah, I agree. Sure. I don't know if we would still be doing this if we were still on INN, because we were getting really frustrated, and that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, to give you an idea, it was like if we needed something done with the website, it was like 6 months. So it was really, and we were all putting in, we probably had, between the combined effort of everybody who was working on the website, it was probably 200 hours a week of like man hours. And so that got to be, as you can imagine, a little stifling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're making mad money. You're making mad money, right?
Yeah, the checks were rolling in from CIG, though.
The checks we were the ones doing, at the very least, the lion's share of the work.
Yeah.
And when it came down to, we need this, absolutely nothing. And it nothing else will drain you more than putting in so much effort when someone is putting in near enough zero and getting all the fruits of your labor.
Yeah. You know, there is a dynamic. I think that, first of all, I think there's some people who don't realize how much time that those type of shows do. I mean, they don't. I mean, you know, if it comes on and it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even if you do a 1 hour, there's still a lot of work that goes into that. And you guys were not only doing the content that was going to YouTube, but doing a website too. That's a lot of information, especially keeping it fresh, keeping up with CIG. At one point, CIG, we talked about this when Disco was on the show. They had 5 shows going on during the week. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just like how it is now with 1 or 2 shows. And so trying to stay ahead or on top is no small task by any. I mean, it would be a job to me at that point.
The thing is, and this is something that I think is important to think of, is not only in the beginning, not only were a bunch of other YouTubers using our transcripts to do their YouTubes, their YouTube summaries that got them lots and lots of fame, but CIG devs, like when I was in Manchester in 2015, CIG devs not only knew who I was, but were thanking me for our transcripts because they were like, the only way we know what's happening in the company is we read your transcripts.
Wow.
Because they didn't have enough time in their week to watch the
watch their own. Yeah, right. Right. So you guys made it. You guys gave them the cliff notes. That's cool. Wow.
Right. Yeah. I want to give a shout out here though, because people kind of forget this because we haven't done it in a little while, but there was a long period of time where we were putting out like 2 or 3 pieces of fiction every week that David was running. Like we had a lot of short stories as well. And the amount of time that is in that is insane.
I basically took over organizing the schedule for the site, and I made sure that we had at least one thing drop every single day of the week. So we had 4 shows. We covered those shows. We had transcripts on those shows. And then on days that we didn't have shows, we either had an opinion article from someone on our team or someone in the community, or we had fiction. We had something on every single day of the week, so that every day you could go to INN or to Relay, because we did it at the beginning of Relay as well, and there was something there for you to read. And we did that
I'm just remembering that. Yeah, you had it scheduled, so there was we had a constant flow of information going out.
I mean, there was one time
a couple of comments in the chat. Sorry, fastcart, and everyone's saying the same thing. And I'm sure you here at Soul Citizens, especially you here at Soul Citizens, know it's not just the forward-facing bit. That's the tip of the iceberg, because there's a lot of work you've got to do just to do one show a week. And all that the community will see is you doing this one show a week. They don't see the hours that you've put in after work, after doing whatever else it is you have to do in your personal time, and then just sit down at a computer and say, right, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need to be aware of what's going on in the week. And that's just for one show.
Yeah.
We were doing something every single day of the week.
Yeah. I mean, there was a time when they were so hard for content that they asked me for an MVP interview. So that's how hard they were working.
I mean, you remember when we used to do the podcast, the stream, and I used to do with Erris like a TLDR audio version of the news every week as well.
Oh God! Oh man! This is all coming back to me now. Griffin.
If anyone wants
there we go. My video's back. There we go.
You're back. If anyone wants to know sort of why Relay now is, I mean, honestly, we're not that great. We don't do a lot. We're pretty simple.
You're awesome. What are you talking about?
We're honest. We're at the point where we're continuing doing this because the 3 of us are really good friends and we like hanging out each week. At least that's why I'm doing it. But the reason that we're not doing what we used to do is, one, because, and I personally, I think that a lot of this is because of us. It may not be, but I think a lot of it is. CIG have improved their dispensation of information.
Much.
And I think a lot of that is because of what we were doing because if we weren't doing it, people didn't know what was happening. And CIG finally sort of took that over, and we don't have to do it as much anymore, which is fantastic. Thank you. But we burnt out.
Yeah. 100%. That was that was it.
It's the passion. We've still got the interest in the game. We're still just as much want the game. It's just we don't want to put in 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
But the good side is it paves the way for people like Soul Citizens who have still got this passion and are willing to put this in. And in 6 years' time, you'll be sat here on someone else's podcast saying, yeah, we just.
I'll go to some Carlos gets from my end too. Carlos gets from my end to come over here too. Yeah.
6 years from now, you'll be on a show.
Anymore.
Yeah.
6 years from now, you'll be on a show being like, "Look, we just waited so long for the game to come out. We burnt out, and look, it's still not out."
Yeah. It's to that point. I've got some listed here stuff here. You guys were doing Inverse the Verse. You were doing Inside the Verse. You had another show called the what you're doing now, the unnamed game show. You're doing that now. You had the Beef Cast that you were doing.
We had the Beef Cast.
And then you had this one. And actually, I got to give this to Nehkara because again, when you can't watch the real thing that's going on and you're trying to get a recap and find out about stuff, I tune in here. I'm sitting here watching your stuff with SpaceX. Something that's really popular right now with folks, and so this has been very cool. It's another branch of what you guys do, and whenever there's a launch coming up, I always know that even if I do watch the live thing, I always at some point come back and watch you guys, or I'll sit and watch you guys when you're doing it in real time.
And we're gonna get started on.
Let me ask about that, the diversity side of it, the fact that you guys, and I guess maybe this goes into, let me ask this along with this next question. There's been a lot of awesome Star Citizen community talk shows with content creators that have come and gone. Many of them back in the day there were a lot more than there are now. I mean, a lot of people think there's a lot of people streaming, but there aren't as many people doing shows because there were a lot more shows back in the day. There were a lot more shows back then, right? There's only a handful now. What's kept you guys going throughout all the game development, the roster changes, your personal lives changing? What has kind of kept you still? Because I mean, you guys could, admittedly, I get the fact that you guys are much more laid back now and just kind of cruising in per se. You're not, it's not, because there really isn't any reason to be all what it was 8 years ago or 7 years ago. It really isn't. We're kind of just going along with where CIG is. So
lots and lots of cocaine.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, what made you keep going? Because even with at the INN split, you guys could have walked away then. You could have walked away anytime. Why still keep it going?
Here's the truth, and I'm gonna give some credit to David on this one, because basically, sorry, could you turn down the volume?
I'm sorry, buddy. My apologies. I thought my volume thing was pulling it down. Hang on. There you go.
Cool. I'm going to give the credit here to David. He's always been our sort of, for a very long time, has been the executive producer, sort of editor-in-chief of Relay and INN. And every time we've gone to we've had to ask the question of, do we continue doing this? I've always had conversations with him, and I'm like, hey, do you want to keep doing it? And he's always been like, yep, I want to keep doing it as long as you're going to do it. And then, we keep on doing it. Basically, at this point, I think a lot of why we do it is because we're all friends and we like doing the show together as a way to hang out every week. And to, it's time we get to spend with each other every week. And like, we even do this isn't just, we do Relay Station, which is our main show, but we also do the Unnamed Game Show. And probably one of our favorite things to do that has cropped up over the years is whenever there's E3 or other gaming events, we will stream those events as well, and we'll comment on them. And apparently very accurately choose the losers and the winners.
There's a chain, I think. Eric goes to David, David goes to me, and I go and cuddle with fastcart.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I'm gonna break it down for you for real though. I like stealing their personal time. And I know that as long as I say let's keep doing it, they'll be like, oh, fine. So I just like watching, sucking their life from them, really.
Like a vampire.
No,
There's another vampire reference. They're just all over the place in here.
They're all over the place. No, like real talk. I've actually lost a fair number of friends due to bullshit during COVID, and I love these guys. I'm gonna keep doing this because these guys are my friends.
That's awesome.
That's
What
it.
about me?
Yeah, you.
Including you.
Yeah, you too, Shiver.
Including you.
I got to go visit Shiver last year. It was awesome.
Oh, that's great.
It's my first time I got to see him in person. It was great.
That was great.
Actually, no, that wasn't a lot. Oh my God, COVID just blew my freaking. It was 2019. I'm sorry.
2019. Okay.
The whole COVID time span has just been it's like a black hole.
Pardon the expression, right?
Yeah, right.
Totally.
And my question is, did you hit Shiver upside the head like David used to, or did? Just to continue the tradition.
No, I'm nice.
Yeah, he was a perfect gentleman. We sat there and we ate a shed load of food.
We did. We also went on an awesome freaking walk down by the Thames River, which is like to this lowly Canadian here was like, holy shit.
Nice.
Where I used to live.
Nice.
I lived about 60 miles away from London, and the Thames, because I'm basically doxing myself now, but the Thames literally flows through where I used to live.
Oh, wow.
Up, I think to Birmingham and ends in London.
Nice.
And yeah, took him down there. I realized when I was looking through the photos the other day, I never got a photo of both of us together. I just took photos of us and where we went. Well, photos of you, sorry, and where we went.
Dude, seriously?
There's no proof.
No evidence, no proof. Let me ask, we got 2 more questions, guys. And we're gonna do our giveaway. By the way, don't forget, guys, we're doing a giveaway tonight. We're giving away a relay. Let me see my shirt. A relay t-shirt. We're gonna give out an official relay t-shirt. And we're also going to be giving away a Crusader Erris of your choice. You can pick either the Ion or the Inferno. So stick around for a few more minutes, and we are going to be kicking that giveaway off. Let me start off with Shiver, and I'll work toward Erris here. The question I'm going to ask you is this. After taking this development journey with CIG and the community, can you share your feelings from the first day to, let's say, the midpoint, 2016, 2017, or whatever it was, till now? As far as where this project is today, what you've seen, what are your feelings about where things are now? I'll start with Shiver on that one.
I joined way back when the hangar module was it. And it was fairly new even then. And I loved those old hangars, by the way. I really like those old hangars. And the most I think we had was you could fit a gun to a turret and shoot it in the hangar. And if you had the Grey Cat, there was an obstacle course in the deluxe hangar, which was fun. And it felt different then. It was a much smaller community then, and we got our own memes. I mean, am I the only one that remembers Helmet?
Flipping the helmet. Oh yeah, flipping the helmet. Yeah.
Yes, remember that.
That was my first big meme in the community was Helmet. That was awesome, and it felt different. It felt like a much closer knit community. There were still detractors, obviously, but they weren't as vocal. A lot of more people were just like, let's see where it was going. And planets, no one even spoke about planets at the time.
Right.
And it just felt nice. So you felt it was almost like these group of devs, like 50 of them, are just talking to you and your 50 other friends. And it was nice. And then obviously things got a lot bigger and it felt like, oh, this is going to be big. This is going to be huge. And there was this huge load of enthusiasm for it. I was like, I want to know where this is going. I want to see where this is going. And I think now I'm at the point of this is just life. It's being developed. Just going to watch it, see what happens. And it's like now Relay reporting about Star Citizen's development and things like that. This is just life. And I'm going to genuinely miss it when the game comes out, because we're never going to have this time again of, what are they working on this week? What's the big thing that's coming? Oh my God, bombs! That's amazing. We aren't ever going to have this time again, and I know it's a long way, and I know we've still got a long way to go.
Yeah.
But enjoy this time now, because it is not going to happen again. When the game comes out, we're not going to be sat around here every week analyzing the smallest bit of information we get. We're going to be reporting about the game and just playing it.
Yeah. Those are great words, Shiver. Seriously, we've joked around it on our show too. We've talked about, the day comes when you'll be sitting telling your grandkids, I remember when you used to be able to flip your helmet, and stuff like that, right? But you're right. It is an opportunity that we probably won't see again in gaming for those of us who are gaming. By the way, Fledger.
I was just going to say, Griffin, you have to make sure that you treasure this time with me, because there'll be a time when you're actually going to miss me one day.
I'm pushing very hard to push it into the subconscious as much as possible now, so don't worry. We'll see how I feel later on. Let me say a really good shout out to Fledger, GTBT. BKTS0202 and Epic 1978 and Likestar from Whammer wants to tell you guys thank you for the follow, even though his volume wasn't turned up and I completely blew that. Let's try it one more time.
I heard no, I'll be again.
Okay. All right. Nehkara, how about you? From beginning till now, what's your perspective on Star Citizen?
A deep question. You know that? So at the beginning, what I was looking for when I found Star Citizen was I wanted somebody to make Freelancer again, because I loved Freelancer. Freelancer was an amazing space sim. Yeah, I know it was never what it was supposed to be, but even what we got was such a great game. I really love that game.
Yeah.
And this was 2012, and I was poking around looking all across the internet to try and find a decent space sim. There were a few that existed, but they all had low ratings, and people in general said they weren't really worth your time. Hey, Agent 1213. So I found Star Citizen, and I was like, who's this Chris Roberts guy? And I'm like, oh, it's the guy who made Freelancer. Okay, sure. I'm up for that. I was always super interested in it. At the beginning, I kind of didn't know what it was going to turn into, and my main interest was Squadron, because it seemed most like really Freelancer to me. I had played Wing Commander a little bit when I was young, but not much. Shiver's probably shaking his head at me. Yeah, there he is.
Wing Commander on an Amiga.
I played Wing Commander on, I think it was the Nintendo the SNES or Super Nintendo. Yeah, maybe Nintendo 64, something like that. Anyway,
hurt to my birth certificate.
Anyway, over the years, I think I've gone through like all of us who've been around forever. I've gone through periods where I was, super interested in incredibly into the game. For a while, I was considered like the walking encyclopedia for all things Star Citizen. That has faded a little over the years because I haven't been as addicted to absorbing details as I once.
Oh, the problem is there's so much to know now too.
That's another problem. We're doing this
description.
We're doing this new segment on our show called Bullship, where we go through all of the ships in the game, and David rates them based on their appearance only, not their function. And
except for the ones that I rate on their function too, because I feel like it.
Yeah, that's also true. But it's really been like a holy shit, there's a lot of ships in this game.
Yeah.
It's been cool because there's some ships I just totally forgot existed. They just
like what?
flew right under the radar. Every once in a while, I know Shiver doesn't forget, but every once in a while, I briefly forget that the Pegasus escort carrier exists.
Mm-hmm.
The Vulcan, I occasionally forget about. There's a couple others too. The
I forget about the Bengal because we hardly ever see it sometimes. I know it's the biggest thing out there, but yeah, out of sight, out of mind.
Until we looked at it yesterday, I forgot that the retribution was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I would have to say I was very optimistic for a long time, and that waned for a while, and I was mostly just, kind of doing the hang out with my friends thing.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, for reasons I will not discuss, I have become more optimistic.
Okay.
I can't discuss because I can't discuss.
Understood. But you've been re-energized. We can say that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I am more confident now than I was for a while.
Awesome. Okay. Erris, what about? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Erris. Oh, I'm sorry, Nehkara. I'm sorry.
No, it just is the little, it's been, oh my God.
Been a journey.
Almost 9 years since I backed the game.
Mm-hmm.
So there have been a few speed wobbles over the 9 years.
Yeah, it's been a journey.
Hey, thanks for the subscription.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. Erris, how about you?
I don't know how much I should go into this, but I'm going to try and keep it short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the beginning, my beginning was pretty much exactly like Nehkara's. I wanted a freelancer, and I saw, hey, there's this game being made by the guy that made Freelancer. I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I was for a long time. And then 2016 happened, and I was like, 2016 lost me a lot of steam, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And the continual delays of Star Marine and State of Ball, and then the continual delays of, hey, does everyone remember that? Crap, I don't even remember the name of it. We never talk about it anymore because we haven't seen it in 2 years. Theaters of War.
Yes.
Where the hell's Theaters of War? Where's Squadron 42?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've waxed and waned. Right now, like literally earlier today, I was thinking, like, do I ask for refunds on this? I'm looking at no, seriously. I'm looking at what I wanted, which was Freelancer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at where we're at, which is 20 minutes to travel from one planet to another in one star system, and we're going to have 100.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't have the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have complete faith in CIG. I'm continually astounded by the game that they are making, and I love watching them make it. They are doing absolute black magic. Absolute black magic. The tech that they're creating, the game that they're making is just nuts. But based on how it is right now, I find myself with, like, I don't know, maybe 2 hours on an evening that I can play games. And if a quarter of that time is booting up, getting into a ship, leaving Atmo, and quantuming to a place I want to do something in,
I have a question. I have a question for David, though.
Yeah.
I want you to consider this for a moment. Can I have your stuff?
Actually, no, I'm not allowed to trade any of it. It's all
locked.
I've got nothing that can.
Nothing can be gifted. Huh?
But I mean, that's where I am now. That said, I don't think the game is for me, for Star Citizen. I don't think Star Citizen is for me. They're going a lot more hardcore sim than Freelancer ever was. Freelancer was not a sim.
No, it wasn't.
No.
It was a space shooter game.
It was
trading and stuff.
So are you saying that you would be more towards the Squadron 42 aspect of this? That's where you see yourself leaning much more toward what's practical?
I'm very excited for Squadron 42. I think that based on the nothing that we've seen in the past years, and honestly, I still hate CIG for this. I think it's an absolutely abysmal choice of theirs to not show us, at the very least, where the new gold standard is, because we saw it 2 years ago with the vertical slice. Show us the exact same thing. I'm sure none of it has changed, but show us that as it is today. Just give us something to show that Squadron 42 is still being worked on. But I'm disappointed that they haven't shown anything of Squadron, because
the OMC video was what you're saying what the Morrow tour was. Remember how we saw the Morrow tour? We got all excited. Then we saw that next one, and it showed that next generation of everything at that point. So you'd like to see another.
Show us the Morrow tour again, but now.
Now, okay, that would be cool. That would
because I don't think I'm gonna have the time to play Star Citizen, because it does
we may
not.
get that at Digital Con. You never know.
We're not going to. They're not showing it until it's done. I don't think that Star Citizen cares about my time, and I don't have a lot of time to give. I get that it's exactly what a lot of people want out of a space sim, but if there's going to be 100 systems, and Stanton is a small system, and it takes 10, 15, 20 minutes to get across Stanton, and Pyro is going to be 3 times as large. You're looking at an hour to get across Pyro. You're looking at 100 systems. You're looking at 100 hours to get from one end of the verse to the other.
Wow.
To give you a solution to this, actually.
Which is solution?
Because a game is going to be so deep, you can just stay on the one planet. So why don't you stay on the one planet, mess around on the ground there, and then when you do feel like shooty action, you have got the electronic access stuff. You can just jump into Arena Commander within Star Citizen.
I've got an answer for you, Shiver. I've got an answer for you. Most of the gameplay mechanics in Star Citizen are based around flying from place to place. If you go somewhere to mine, what happens when you're done mining? Well, you gotta go somewhere and drop it off. If you're trading, you gotta go somewhere to drop it off. If you're bounty hunting, you gotta catch the guy and go somewhere to drop it off, and really, really hope that his respawned person doesn't catch you on the way.
Well, let me give you a couple of suggestions. Suggestion number 1: being a dad with 2 daughters who are grown now, by the way, who are grown and they're grown. I will tell you that when I'm where you are, and I kind of have a barometer of where you are with your family right now, that feeling is always there, because the priorities, obviously, you mentioned earlier, in life shift, and you already have barely enough time to do such and such, let alone do such and such, right? But the good thing is that once they get into kindergarten, you'll be amazed at how much more time you have.
Well, one of them's in grade 4.
It's one in grade 4.
Going into grade 5.
The other one's younger. Grade 5. Okay, right. Okay, so you saw how that break happened a little bit. You got a little breather, right?
I know that I will eventually get more time again. Yeah. I just and to Shiver's point, and to people in chat, I just think that, and they can't balance it yet. There's only one system. But I think the balancing shouldn't be you spend 20 hours on one planet. It should be you spend 20 hours in one system. Make the inter-system travel less, or intra-system travel less, and the inter-system travel more. So it's something, but that's me though.
I think you're underestimating how much you'll be able to do on one planet.
Yeah,
we just don't know right now. We
don't know. That's true.
Yeah.
I don't. But if you're in the right planet,
actually,
you could just stay there.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's potentially possible. I do have to agree though, because when this is an experience that I have lots of time. I have no kids. I have no wife. I am single.
Nicole, let's get married.
Okay. Sure. Wow, that was quick. But
that escalated quickly.
But when when Invictus happened, right? I really wanted to see the Invictus fleet because I wanted to see the Bengal in the game. I wanted to see it. I've been waiting years to see this damn thing. And I spent 2 hours trying to find it. But just I was just trying to chase the fleet. Like quantuming around. And between you quantum from one place to another, and then you have to fly that place and then dock and then get out of your ship and go and see if you can do the ship the Javelin tour or go and see the Bengal. I was like, this is too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not. Some people think that we're complaining too much, and it's and that it just works the way it should, and but it doesn't feel. It feels wrong to me. Maybe it's because there's nothing to do in Quantum right now. The only time I've ever had something to do in Quantum was I was quantuming in my Carrack, and I'm like, I haven't actually looked around the Carrack yet very much, and I got up out of my seat and went and looked at my ship. But you can only do that so many times before
right.
you're like, know what's a new ship.
really quickly, my wife and I played a bunch of New World together because she and I really like gaming together. We played Grounded, we play Fallout 76. We like playing games that allow us to co-op reasonably. And New World was fun. It sucked at it, but it was still fun. Anyway, I had her sitting with me last night watching as I went through Orison. She was like, oh, that's really pretty, right? Orison is beautiful.
Gorgeous. Yep.
Absolutely spectacular. And then I got into an MSR and I was like, okay, I'm going to get to Atmo. And she was like, okay, so when do you hit Atmo? And I was like, in a bit. I was like, full throttle, 8 minutes.
Yeah.
To hit Atmos so that or to leave Atmos so that I could quantum. She was like, all right. And then I was like, so where do you go now? And I was like, well, you can go anywhere. And she was like, okay, go there. And I headed to like Green Gables Station or something. I don't remember the name of it, to be honest. And I hit quantum. And then she was like, so now what? And I was like, well, I leave the seat and we can walk around the ship. So I showed her a tour of the MSR and I was like, got back to the cockpit and I was like, 5 minutes have gone by and we haven't even hit halfway. And she's like, okay, I'm bored. And she left. Like, it's not for a lot of people. And
it's currently too.
Can I address something? Can I address something though, Erris?
Yes.
Let me address this. This is to Nehkara and Shiver. If a certain person on this panel, when they were at Horizon, had got into an Origin 85X, they would have been in atmosphere in 4 minutes. In 4 minutes.
Thank
you. But
you.
because they have certain preferences of certain ships, they have to wait a little longer, burn a little extra gas. But I just want you two to know that that is one of the factors of when you say certain ships. I just want you to know that ahead of time.
I just want to address the other members of this panel and let them know that if some weird guy on this panel had chosen an 85X, yes, he would have been able to leave Atmos slightly earlier. But being that he had a smaller ship, I don't even know does the 85X even have a quantum drive?
See, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about because
Nehkara
and Shiver, there's a certain person who reviews ships only by looking at them and not opening the specifications. So I just want you two guys to know that, okay? No, I gotta teach Erris. He knows it's coming. He knew it was coming. Nehkara warned him yesterday that Griff is going to get you, so he knows it's coming.
Actually, Nehkara didn't warn me. Nehkara, how did you not warn me about this?
Was it Shiver? One of those guys warned you on the show the other day. Griffin's not going to forget this. I remember them saying it.
I'm sorry, relationships are ugly. What do you want? I provide an unbiased and always accurate review of how ships look.
Okay. So
85X would take longer to quantum because it's got a smaller quantum drive, and it would take more than 15 minutes.
Now, Erris, it's called upgrading your quantum drives and not using stock. That's why it takes you 30 minutes to get across. We'll talk about this in a minute. We're going to come back to this in a minute. We're going to come back to this in a minute.
As the only person on this stream without a beard, I would just like to point out that I said to Erris, you have chosen the equivalent of a milk float that's powered by the sun that's traveling at night to get out of atmosphere. If you'd have chosen a ship that's faster, you might have gotten out of the atmosphere faster.
Okay,
it's not our fault that we have ADHD.
The MSR is plenty fast. It can do the Kessel run in under 9 parsecs.
Oh my god. No,
Okay, so let's get these guys their final question. Their final question for the night.
Okay,
and this is something that I personally really want to hear from them, because these guys have been covering Star Citizen for a long time. And the question is, can each of you give us what you think your prediction would be that CIG might reveal at the virtual Citizen Con, based on where we are right now? Whoever wants to go first, feel free.
Nehkara.
I think we're going to reveal that Chris Roberts has been a Vanduul all along. And he was just creating a universe, based on his homeland. So actual predictions. Okay. I think we're going, based on what we have seen out of CIG recently, I'm expecting to see Pyro again.
Okay.
I was actually a little surprised they showed us Nyx.
Mm-hmm.
And very pleasantly surprised, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of announcements, this is a very good question. I'm not sure what the big, like, oh my god moments are going to be. I'm wondering. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up. I'm wondering if the big oh my god moment is server meshing.
Okay, those are two good ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my because honestly, I know there would be like other gamers out there, and I would tell them, dude, I'm so excited about server meshing in Star Citizen, and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But to most of the Star Citizen community, it's the holy grail, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Really, Star Citizen as a game does not work without server meshing. It will never work, and it will never work properly. So it is really the holy grail. I think we're going to see them announce that probably in the last patch of the year, they're going to have the initial implementation of server meshing. That's my guess.
Okay. Very good. Very good. By the way, Mad Style, thank you for the 5 gift subs that you gave out earlier. Appreciate that 15 minutes ago. Y'all send Mad Style some love. 5 subs. We really appreciate that. Shiver or Erris, whichever one you guys want to go next, what your prediction might be that we would see.
Well, don't let Beard Boy go. They all want the travel time.
Wait, hang on. Shiver, hang on. Which one of us here is Beard? Actually, I'm the youngest, aren't I?
Yep.
Well, he can't call me
person
boy.
Here.
He can't call me boy. He should have known that.
You're Beard Man.
No, he's Relay Man.
What am I?
Relay Man. Relay
You're
Man.
Canada Man.
So go ahead, Erris. You can
What
get
are you,
going.
Space Pope?
Go Shiver. Go Shiver.
So I think if server meshing or the first implementation of it is going to be shown off, then we should have somewhere else to go, which could possibly be another system. I think we'll need more ships to go with it. I think we will get longer range ships that are going to go with it. And I mean ships, plural. And at the very end, they're going to have the surprise announcement that Melissa Estrada and I are eloping together.
Yep, that's right.
You're her biggest fan.
Hey, do you want to know what we're actually going to see? Because I'll tell you what we're actually going to see.
Okay.
the only thing we need to see, which is Tony Zurovec talk for an hour. No.
And Sean Tracy.
And Sean Tracy, yeah. No, we're going to see Pyro. I believe last CitizenCon we ended with them appearing in Pyro.
Right.
We're going to see the rest of that.
Okay.
We're going to see them continue through Pyro because Pyro's coming.
Okay.
We're going to get Pyro.
It'd be great if they were like last time on Star Citizen.
Same batch. Yeah. We're going to see server meshing. We're also going to see the further implementation of Quanta. Potentially see it actually working in game this time because we've only seen it in simulation thus far. We're going to see Quantum. We are also going to see, we've been seeing a lot of flora. We're going to start to finally see some fauna.
Eat some space cows.
We need fauna.
Okay.
Potentially the Orison Stormwall.
Yeah.
Potentially some other fauna. Like, we are going to see some fauna because fauna are a big thing that's needed. And then we're going to see another system, possibly Nyx. And like 3 or 4 new ships.
Okay.
I would really love to see them start in Stanton, go through Pyro, and end up in Nyx. I think that would be a really cool.
And we are going to see absolutely nothing from Squadron 42. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that they're. Go ahead, Chip.
Sorry, go on.
I think that they are. I think that they're in full lockdown with Squadron, and the next time we see it is going to be marketing for release.
Yeah,
I think.
I agree.
I fully understand and respect David's position on this. I also fully understand CIG's position on this.
I understand it. I just think it's wrong.
I think that they're very worried about. I think they're very worried about giving away too much of a single player RPG before release.
You know what they're worried about? So we are approaching peak negative Star Citizen coverage time. You can actually map your calendars
right before CitizenCon. It's always
you can actually map your calendars every year by when other gaming outlets start shitting on Star Citizen. It's right before CitizenCon. Literally every year, right before CitizenCon, they start to. And I don't think CIG want to, like, they know they've got us hooked. They don't need to show us anything. We're in. Like, I'm $6,000 in, right? We're in. But it's too early for them to show off stuff to get everyone else in. So they don't need to show it.
Yeah.
They're not going to show it until they're ready. And they'll probably show the Morrow Tour again next year.
When it's done.
It would be cool to compare.
I really think that that's why the Roberts family is moving to
the UK.
The UK. I think that Squadron is at that point now where they can do closeout probably for, I'm guessing, 2 years.
Okay.
I think with them moving to the UK and a huge, basically the whole game is being built for Squadron in Britain.
Right.
With the volumetric cloud system coming in, I think we will get weather banter.
Okay.
Because
weather who?
British, it's what we talk about. It's like, nice weather, stay in it, and it can be a really crappy day, and it's like, it's all right, in it.
Yeah.
I mean, we do that here too, Shiver.
It's an art for the British.
It is.
Talking about the weather and cues is all we've got left.
Well, no, we've got that too. Don't worry. We've still. Well, I mean, technically, we are British. We have the Queen too.
Don't take this from us.
No, we already did.
Nehkara's got to step away for a second, I think. Let me ask this, since the two of you guys are here. Darkness Muta said something.
Think of Nehkara?
Yeah. He'll be back.
I prefer him to that beardy, weirdy Erris. Oh shit!
Sorry, Griffin. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Darkness Muta said something that somebody mentioned. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day because we did some predictions a few weeks ago about CitizenCon, and I agree 100% because I never thought about this. Do you think that they will show us something of the Banu Merchantman? Because we know that after the Carrick, the team was supposed to start working on it. They were doing a reconcepting of it, and it's probably the next big thing that people are interested in because of trading. So you think that they may show us either white box, gray box, or conceptual drawings of the BMM for release? Maybe. I mean, I'd flip if it came out in October, but release in 2022. Maybe he mentioned Alien Week or something.
I think we'll see the whole series before the Banu.
Well, the whole A, I think we're going to see the whole A. Well, the C is supposed to come out the fourth quarter of this year. A is supposed to come out first quarter of next year. So we will probably see those two. I forget what the other ship is. It's supposed to come out in January. There's another one. It's the whole A and... Does anybody remember what the other one is in chat? It's the whole A and...
C?
Oh, no. The Gatak. The Gatak is supposed to come out.
Oh, the Gatak Island.
Oh, no, the Scorpius. Thank you, Artorius and Parker. Scorpius is supposed to come out then. Okay. Okay, let's...
Hey, everyone that's saying when stuff comes out, you know how you know that? It's because of the roadmap. And you know how the roadmap is done?
Yes, we have to thank someone for that.
The roadmap, you got to thank Jake, who used to be a member of Relay/INN.
That's right. Jake himself. He's the man who oversees all that. Yeah. That's awesome. And he's done a great job with it, too. He's done a really great job with it. People are pretty...
To conclude about the Banu ship,
yeah,
it would be bizarre to see it so soon.
Yeah.
You think so?
We're not going to see it. Yeah.
Ooh. Want to put something on that, fellas? Little Soul Citizens to Relay kind of thing?
I will bet you 5 years of fastcart Soul Citizens contract.
Not what I thought you were going to go over.
Shiver, hang on. 5 years of Soul Citizens keeping the contract, right?
Now, how about 5 years? How about 5 years of all of Fastcart's jokes going to you guys if we win?
I don't think Erris can handle that and me doing it.
I've already got a shiver.
We have a shut down the base when we were doing a show together, so...
Okay, we're gonna get...
I don't think BMM is getting shown. Unless there's a panel
they're saying it in the chat. Look at what Darkness is saying. It's on the roadmap for 2022.
Doesn't matter. They're not going to show. They're not going to show an in-progress thing for CitizenCon. CitizenCon is stuff that's ready or stuff that's far future. They're not going to show concept for a ship we already know about. They're going to focus on the new concept ships that they're unveiling. They're not going to show us BMM. Do not get your hopes up.
I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm just saying.
Jade, they show an Idris, yes, but we already knew about the Idris, and the Idris is something that has to do with Squadron, which is why they were showing it. They are not going to show a BMM.
Okay, I got to think about this wager.
I own the BMM.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm gonna see. We're gonna think about this wager. We're gonna come up with something for SitCon, and maybe we'll buy drinks for each other next year, and we'll figure out something for it. But I'm
sounds good.
I'm leaning that there's gonna be something, but we'll see. We'll see.
Griffin.
Yeah. When you say you're going to include the drinks, does that mean you're going to include the airplane ticket for me to come over there? Or
Absolutely. What were you saying, Fastcart?
Griffin, I can't drink and drive.
Can't drink and drive. This is true. Now, before we go into this next part, guys, we're getting ready to do our giveaway. But I wanted to show a video, but I need Nehkara here because he needs to give some input toward this video. So I know he'll be back in just a second. Do we have any questions in the? I don't know if we have any questions this week from anybody.
I thought I have it up. We don't have it.
Wow, you guys answered everybody's questions. Oh, Jade asked earlier about the helmet. Shiver, why don't you tell her what the helmet was? Because she put helmet ? When you talked about that.
Oh, listen, my person. It was a magical time, a wonderful magical time where we were all looking forward to the imminent release of the dogfighting module, which has now named Arena Commander, but was then named DFM. And it was going to come. Just 2 more weeks. And I can't remember which event they showed it off at. This was when they were still going to most events to show things off. And they showed off this wonderful footage of, I think it was actually Chris playing in the upcoming dogfighting module where he started off in the hangar and then he walked through, picked up the helmet and flipped it in his hand and then put it on. The hangar door opened and he flew off and hit an asteroid. And it was amazing.
He sure
and
did.
then he went back to start and he started in the hangar and walked through to his ship and picked up the helmet and it flipped it again and he put it on and the hangar door majestically opened and he flew out and it crashed. Game crashed. So he had to start again. And that's where the origin, and people just started saying helmet, helmet, helmet.
So
it was wonderful.
It didn't mean anything in a deep way, Jade. So don't take it as anything on the scientific level. It was strictly very cool. You know, it sat on this little podium in your hangar. You walked up to it, you grabbed it and flipped it, and it would spin around. You grab it and boot and throw it on your head. It's gone now.
It was,
but
I mean, before that it was lamp, then it was helmet.
Right.
Now it's where's my game?
Right.
And red one.
And red one. Okay,
oh
so
yeah,
Red one was the big one. Yeah.
We've got everybody back, so I want to show this last video, and I just want you guys to check out this video.
I have 2 seconds before, or I'll do that.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. Go.
No, I just remembered something that I really want to remind. I want to tell all of you newer backers out there that we have suffered through things unimaginable for you. Like
the holiday live stream.
The holiday live stream.
We showed that a couple weeks ago. Disco said, "I'm out of here." He was on that day. He says, "I'm out of here."
Jay, thank you, old backers. Thank you.
Wow, it was
something.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, Griff. I apologize.
That's okay. All right, so let's take a quick look at this. Jade, I want you to feel free to comment on this, by the way. Jade, Dark Knight, you guys feel free to comment on this because we want to send a lot of love to our guests today. So take a quick look at this video.
Why is there so much going on in this back end? I can count.
It's a really expensive chip. And if it didn't have a lot going on, the people who are trying to buy it would be angry that doesn't have more going on.
You've got all of this, which is its own design language. You've got this, which is cool on its own, but then you've also got these, which is its own thing, and this, which is its own thing, and then you've got these, which are their own thing. There's so much going on this back end. It's like there's too much. It is way
wonderful.
No, it's too busy. All of the other Origin ships, their engines are discreet. They are hidden away, and they're lovely.
That's into the design. It's nothing sticking out. It's nothing jutting out. It's staying inside there. Look at that. That's pure sci-fi decadence.
Thank you, Nomad.
No, sci-fi decadence is in many cases simplicity. This is the exact opposite of simplicity. This is like, I don't know, it's like you know what this is like? It's like a child ate every single other engine component in the video game and then threw up, and this is what you get.
Look, the 890, she's a classy ship.
Thank you, Shiver.
You come in for attack on the back, and you see that, and you're like, there's no way I'm getting in the rear of this ship.
You know what I see now? Pelican.
Ship. There's no rear entry allowed on the 890, no matter what you do.
So, I'm going to continue regardless.
Oh, no.
One, it looks way too much like a Star Destroyer.
No.
Why? Because it's triangular?
Well, it's triangular, and it's got the raised bridge at the back end, and it's got no interesting.
You'd be angry if it didn't have a raised bridge.
It has no interesting.
How else are you gonna see?
It has no interesting or redeemable features whatsoever. None of this looks
What's that
good.
along the sides?
What about all the ribs?
Why are there ribs? So who cares if the ribs don't look good? They don't look like everything else. This part here, you know what this looks like? It looks like a pistol grip. They took a pistol grip and put it on the front end.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yep.
Why?
What's
It
wrong
doesn't.
with that, though?
It just all looks wrong.
Erris,
And
it's
then you've
ribbed
got
for
these
her
things
pleasure.
here, these giant cutouts.
It's ribbed for her pleasure.
But above all of this.
Now brace yourselves for this. Jade, Dark Knight, brace yourselves, okay?
It's important to remember. I want to. Okay, here we go. It's important to remember the first thing you all said. No, Shiver. It's important for you to remember the first thing you all said. That this is a yacht.
Yep.
And there's one thing that unifies all yachts, is that yachts are owned by uninteresting people. They are uninteresting. They are uninteresting things owned by uninteresting people.
I don't know. I'm not sure that's universally true.
Universally true. No one's.
So let me stop there.
Okay, I'm just gonna sit back, watch the fireworks, eat some popcorn.
Because we're
By
gonna.
the way, this show that he's showing is like the best work Relay's done in years.
So we're gonna get ready to start our giveaway, and our giveaway, as you guys know, is an Erris, either Ion or Inferno. And on this show, we allow our guests to enter our giveaways, except today, because I happen to know that the Erris is a ship that Erris really, really likes and would love to have his hands on. So we're gonna make it available to Nehkara and Shiver.
Okay.
And I'm just teasing. We are gonna allow Erris to get in on it.
See, I'm still trying to get over the fact that he said that back end is busy. Ever since that, I've lost.
Jade says no. Jade says no. No. Actually, our guests are always able to jump into our
nice.
things. I just had to give them a hard time. That's all, because there are a lot of
How do we
Origin
enter
folk
such a
here.
giveaway?
So we're gonna get ready to that. I'm gonna get it set up. Fastcart, would you do me a
Erris
favor?
doesn't appreciate elegance in his architecture.
Can we do a favor? Fastcart, do the plug for me, if you would, for the Bar Citizen coming up.
Yeah.
And then that will make it a little bit easier for me to get us ready. I think this is it. Is that it? Yeah, there we go. So why don't you tell everybody about that, and then I'll get the information going for the thingy.
Rick, I'm sure that David would love that you enjoyed his Carrick rant.
I do.
Be really offended. Watch that one.
All right, so a cooperative effort between the Astropub Soul Citizens and Yacht Club. We're having a virtual Bar Citizen this coming Saturday, August 14th, 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC. It's on Zoom, so you have to click on the link, register, and then you'll be getting information on how to join on Saturday. We do prefer to have a camera and mic, because we want to make this as much like a real Bar Citizen as possible. But if we can't swing those, it's fine. But we do prefer if you have a camera and mic. But it's this coming Saturday. There may or may not be a CIG presence. Who knows? We'll see. And it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I love presents.
You love presents? Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so the keyword for this gang is !Erris. !Erris. Okay, we're going to put that in for if you want to be in the giveaway for the Ion or the Inferno, the Erris. Everybody can jump in on that. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. I know it's right at the top of the hour. But we're going to do this because we have really special guests today. Don't forget, you're going to get the Relay t-shirt. Don't forget the Relay t-shirt, and you get your choice, whichever one you want, of the Erris, Ion, or the Inferno. I think that's a two.
I just want to say I've never been this popular in chat before in my life.
How does it feel?
All right. So we're going to get, this is a $220 value. So if you guys want to, by the way, let me tell you now, CIG, as you guys know, even if you're paying with cash, Warp Turtle, thank you for the follow. Even if you're paying with cash, it's only got 6 months of insurance. I wish I could do more about that or change it. Normally we do LTI, but because the ship's available now and they're doing the big thing with 3.14, even the Taurus isn't giving you even if you buy with War Bond, it's still 6 months. So I'm giving you the ship that I think would be the coolest thing right now, because everybody's really excited about the Crusader stuff with Orison opening up. So let's go ahead.
My Horizon.
Yeah, my Horizon. So let's ooh, that's the wrong thing. Hit that back. Sorry. Who's that? Shenanigans. Thank you for the gift. We appreciate that.
you.
And James Brown appreciates it too. Thank you. All right. Let's go ahead and
Erris, they're screaming your name in chat. Can't you see? They love you, Erris.
I can.
Okay.
They're screaming my name and the name of the ship. It's the Erris.
The Erris. Okay.
Erris.
All right, we're gonna give you about 5 seconds, gang, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the drawing for this. So let's see, 3. Well, Erris, why don't you count down? Give us a 3, 2, 1, and we'll punch it. All right.
He can't count that high.
2, 1.
And it is who? Agent 123. Agent 1213. You won. Are you here? Agent 1213. I know I saw you earlier. I hope he's still here. Unless he's I guess so, because he just had to put his thing in, right? Agent 1213. There he is. Agent 123. Congratulations. Woohoo. Awesome sauce. Congrats, man. Agent, you can either DM me in Twitch, or Soul Citizens, I should say, in Twitch, or you can send it to soulcitizens@gmail.com. I'm gonna need your RSI, name, handle, and also the email that you use for the game. And you'll also have to send me information regarding where to have your shirt mailed, along with the size and color. You guys, where's the link? It's on your website, right? The shirts.
Yep. Yeah, it's under
FC?
the hamburger menu.
Okay, FC, could you put it back in chat for them? And that way, go to there. See, they got some different colors and stuff too, so you can pick which one you want, and then you can let us know. Raymar, thank you for the Prime Citizens resub. Appreciate that. Thank you. I haven't seen you do that in so long, David. Thank you. And Chronicus.
No one subscribes to us anymore.
Thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. Okay. Listen, we want to tell you guys thank you for the time that you put in today to hang out with us. I know it's been a long day, but we want to thank Erris, and we want to thank Nehkara, and we want to thank Shiver, not only for being on the show, but we want to thank you guys for all you've contributed to the Star Citizen community. It is unfathomable and irreplaceable. You guys are awesome stalwarts, foundations of this community, and I hope that you are around 6 years from now, so that we'll all be sitting together talking about, look at how much time of our lives has passed away.
Can I give a heartfelt?
Of course you can.
May I give a heartfelt thank you?
Sure.
In 2018, I had to buy a new cart because my old cart broke down, and I just had to get a new cart. And that was the year we were supposed to go to CitizenCon in Austin. So I had a choice between getting a new cart or going to CitizenCon. I chose the cart. But thanks to the people, these nice people down below me, thanks to people at Relay, they were able to start a GoFundMe campaign for me, and raise enough money for me to go to CitizenCon, and it took less than 24 hours. So that's both a thank you to Relay for setting that up, and thank you for the community for contributing. So I really appreciate that.
Did you say
now I get to say something ridiculous?
Did you say because of these nice people below me or these white people? I couldn't figure out which one I heard you say.
Yes.
Oh, you said nice. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yes.
I was gonna clip that for a minute. Okay. Anyway, all right. Listen. Yeah, they were messing with them.
I wanted to do an obvious product and unshameful product placement, but apparently my connection's like no.
Oh no! it'll kick back in a
fine
second.
on over here, but on a stream.
Yeah, it's OBS Ninja. Sorry about that, gang. It just does that. And Shiver's way across the water. He's way many hours ahead of us, and this is acting up.
What worked for me sometimes, Shiver, is you put your hand across the camera and
There we go.
Yeah, then I thought
Boom.
that, there you go.
Wow.
Why does that work?
Magic.
The
It's
force.
magical. It's magical.
That's amazing.
Hey, it's by the power of magical black man, because you have Griffin and me here.
We actually do have like 3 tornadoes off the coast of the country at the moment.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No wonder. Listen, can you guys give a plug for your show, please? Erris and Shivers, please tell us about your show as well. Your other shows that you do. Anything you guys want to share? Feel free.
So, all right, I will take this away. Relay Station is currently 9 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday nights. Has been for this whole year, and it'll probably stay there for the foreseeable future. And we try and do that show every week. Of course, there's really the 3 of us running it now, so sometimes real life gets in the way of that. But we try and do the show all the time. On Tuesday nights at the same time, 9 p.m. Eastern, we also do the Unnamed Game Show, which is where we talk about real. Wow, that's bad slip.
Actual video games, not imaginary ones.
Other games that are not Star Citizen. Even though Jake is working for CIG, we still are able to have him on that show, which is really awesome. It's nice to keep in touch with Jake. And so every Tuesday we do that show as well. And then occasionally we'll try and cover E3 or summer game show type of event, or the Game Awards we always like doing too.
And Yogi Bear and Rinsel Solkar. Thank you for the follows, guys. Thank you so much. What, Shiver?
I'll do my shameful product placement now. Of
Yeah.
Hey, oh God, look at the size of my stomach. Thanks, White.
That's an awesome shirt.
It is.
It really is.
Only one has been sold so far. Over on twitch.tv/Table of Horrors, we play Vampire the Masquerade. This week we've also got Star Trek Adventures with which way are you? That way. That young man. Coming up, we've got, oh God, so much to do because I'm killing myself. We've got Demon the Fallen coming up, Homeworld TTRPG coming up, Mech Warrior TTRPG at some point coming up, and I may dabble with the Judge Dredd TTRPG, but it's a lot of like, which dice was this game? Okay. But it's good stuff. So, up on him, we've got some good people coming in, and also Eric plays.
Okay, cool. We talked about this earlier too. Nehkara, you mentioned about SpaceX. Please plug that a little bit because we've got some crazy SpaceX fans in the chat. So please talk about that.
So on the Relay Discord, which is discord.gg/RelaySC, we do have a space race channel where I try and keep people updated on the goings on in the space realm, real space realm. And also as often as I can, reasonably do it, I will jump on and do live coverage of launches, or I did the Mars 2020 landing, which was so awesome. And yeah, any big events in space, there's a few big NASA science missions coming up here, so hopefully we'll have some more streams to do.
Okay.
I will also quickly say, if anyone is really interested in space and in getting interesting space news first, Nehkara does tend to do that. He is as much a space pope as for space as he is space pope for Star Citizen. So if you're interested in couple hours before we finding out things,
he's the man.
He is literally.
I'm extremely tuned into the community and what's going on in actual space. Just like the ISS was almost destroyed like a week ago.
I just remember getting a PM from Nehkara being like, this is bad. Being like, oh, yes, that is bad. I hope they can save the ISS because it is slightly important.
Now, let me ask a question. Are you guys considering doing a live stream when CitizenCon comes out this year? Are you guys going to do a live follow through?
Almost 100%. I'm sure these guys are going to do it. I am very upset. I'm actually potentially not in the city for CitizenCon. As a lot of people know, I kind of disappear sometimes in October for a while because I go hunting with my family, and
it's that weekend.
And that's October 9th is the last day that we're supposed to be hunting. So if we have a lot of luck earlier in the trip, maybe I'll be available. But if we don't, I won't be.
Okay.
So it's sort of like this.
Yeah.
I may or may not be around. But yeah, for a digital CitizenCon, I would assume that David's gonna be all over that.
Okay.
And
funny.
Shiver's gonna be harassing him. It'll be great.
It's funny that Nehkara talked about disappearing, and then he really disappeared.
I know.
It's true, he did.
Just the OBS ninja was just like, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You said the magic word. You can go away now.
Disappear.
But yeah, no, we honestly, a lot of us are. We use CitizenCons as ways to get together and hang out in person, which we don't do anywhere near enough. So we're all a little, like we're all ready to get back to a real CitizenCon, assuming it's
right.
Oh yeah,
all that. But for this year at least, a digital one we'll have to do.
Okay. All right. Well, fastcart, why don't you tell everybody goodbye real quick, and then I'm going to start looking.
Can I have 2 seconds?
Sure, of course you can.
Can I have 2 seconds? I actually want to thank you guys for for running a fantastic show that puts effort into things, and you guys ask questions and get people on, and you guys are doing a phenomenal show. You're doing a phenomenal Joe. You're doing an absolutely phenomenal job, and I'm really glad that you guys do what you do. So thank you, and thank you for having us on. And I hope one of these days when I get my brain back together, I can persuade you to be on one of our train wrecks.
No, thank you, guys, again.
Yeah, we love to be on.
It's been great to have you guys on. I mean, like I said, it's not the first time you guys have been here. It's the first time we've had all three, and you guys have invited us to you guys' show. You guys have advertised and marketed for us just as much and supported us. And man, people like you, Paul Shelley, other people who kind of keep uplifting other folks, we really, really appreciate it. And we try to do the same with other people.
And I just have to say, I just love being part of this triple decker reverse audio. It's been a pleasure.
I just want to say you've got really nice cups, Fastcart.
Oh, that's Griffin. I'm not going to take credit for that.
I like your cups.
Thank you.
Just want to say, boing.
All right. Well, listen, we are going to set up our raid, and we're going to bless somebody else, just like these guys have blessed us. We're going to send you guys over to Xavier Spade. Just got 9 people there. So if you guys go over there, you'll scare them to death with 93 folks popping in. So say hi, send some love, tell them you're Soul Citizens. And if you like what you see, of course, follow. Make sure you follow these guys. Please follow these guys. Follow. See them on Saturday evenings. They're great. They're a lot of fun, just like they were today. And until next time,
in a literal sense,
Fastcart, thank you, man.
Follow us.
Peace.
Because
love.
I miss people who speak English.
Attack.
We'll see you guys Thursday for Soul Talk. Next week, update 3.14. Peace, love, and soul. You guys take care. Have a good week.
Bye, everyone.
You talk about being high.